Here's the caboose. I just put Grandtline marker lights in the back of this one here, so I've got red towards the back and yellow to the front and sides. Come back out here. I'll just show you what I'm doing with this caboose around here. So I just got a couple of clips onto a piece of track here. I'll take these clips off here. I'll just put them on this motor and show you this motor that I'm going to go in. This is the animation motor that I've made. There's the motor moving up and down. You can see the amount of movement I've got there. I've a double cam. I've got two ups and two downs, having a cam and this little spring in there. I've mounted it onto a piece of 1/8 styrene and just clamped it down with a couple of wire straps to hold the motor, and I'm going to use foam tape underneath it so the vibration from the motor won't transfer into the body and make a little bit of a hum. These motors can transfer, because of the gearing on them, can transfer a bit of hum, so keep that quiet. Now this motor is going to go into drive this animation figure here. This guy, he's got his, you can see he's got his lantern on there. I've only got that on 10 milliamps on the lead tester here, but that's just testing it. But this guy, you can see his arm move there now. So there's the movement that I'm going to have, and that'll come from this motor coming out the back of the caboose, the back here. The motor's going to fit inside there. I've already made the styrene cupboards and the seats that have got to go up for the cupola. So there's 1, 2. So I've made those sets there. So they're ready to install. I've got to make the bench seats down inside there. Turning this guy over, I'll show you. There's the mechanism, how I've got it working there. It's a rod going up with a loop on the end of it there, and a pin is through this arm. That pin goes through the loop. There's a pin through his arm there, there's a pivot pin, and of course I've had to drill up his arm and bring out this 4th hour magnet wire which is running the lantern. And on the lantern, this is something neat I've done here. I've used a Richmond Controls Sunny White 0402 LEDs. These are half the size of the 0603 LEDs. What I've done, I've used a real glass bead there that you get from your craft stores, and I put the lead inside from the bottom of the glass, and then I've curved the wires that are soldered onto it up the side to make them the brackets either side of the glass lantern on the kerosene lamp. That bottom piece is half a bead which is cut in half to make the curve of the fuel tank, and I made a little styrene hat for the top of it. And then the same wires come up here into the guy's hand, so you can see that he's holding the handle, and then the wires run back. So I'm using the wires for the handle and the brackets on the side of the lantern for that bloke. And that's a nice smooth movement. That's the key to all this animation. You've got to make it smooth. If you've got a bit of a bump or a lump in it, it's not going to work. You've got to get it very, very smooth. So that's what I'm up to. I'll also be putting a stove in, and I'll take the one of the lids off the Grandtline stove here. I'll open that one up and have it sitting in this Aspen model figure. I'll modify his hand so that he's actually got a tool holding that off, and the lead that's going to go inside and flicker in the stove should come up and shine, flicker onto his face and his overalls, front of his overalls inside. You should be able to see that when you're viewing through this On3 caboose. Similar to what I did to the Blackstone HON3 caboose, but bigger windows, you can see through a lot more on this, and that's what I want to be able to do. So that's what I'm up to, and just thought I'd show this to you before I start painting this guy and assembling everything on the inside. These all fit inside, of course, and And there you go. There's a lot of fun with this animation. The more you do, you teach yourself the tricks. And I didn't have to cut a big hole in the back of him. I just had to cut that little hole there, and I'll cover that with a piece of paper. And once it's painted over, you won't see it. I had to cut his leg and put a wedge in there to get that curve in the leg there. And this other leg here, I had to cut that leg off and bend it. So what I'm going to have him is on the side of the caboose here, he's going to have one foot on the stirrup here, this foot, and this other foot here is going to be up there. So he's riding the caboose doing the switching with his lantern hanging out the side. So the mechanism's got to come out the back, so I'll put the mechanism through the wall just right down low here. It's hardly, you hardly notice it. Anyhow, that's enough. There you go.